Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Mark Smith. I'm Group Managing Director of P2P in Australia and Frog Recruitment in New Zealand. It's Friday afternoon and I'm in Sydney on Jamieson Street in our dedicated podcast room, hence the mask today, because we're still in lockdown here in Sydney. So there's, and given that there's about 31 cases that have come through today, we're meant to be coming out of lockdown at the end of next week. I think that's looking a little bit optimistic right now. Anyway, that's not what we're here for today. We're here on a Friday afternoon to talk about the employment and jobs market in Australia. But whilst we've been locked down, we've also been looking at, I know I've been looking at all the sport that's been going on in Europe. I think last night it was the Tour de France, stage 6. I was enjoying that. But the big one at the moment is the Euro 2020, which is obviously running now. And there's a whole bunch of football fans at P2P or in our team here, and they are very keen to see the results of Euro 2020. And England may be in a chance to win their first international tournament since the World Cup in 1966. Here's a celebration, I think, a picture. Yeah, there we go. Now, because I knew I was going to be putting up this particular picture, that there is a very avid football fan at P2P, Aidan Boast from Sydney, and he's demanded, said, Mark, if you're going to talk about England, I want to be on Facebook, I want to be on YouTube, and I want to be on LinkedIn Live on Friday afternoon. So, Aidan, welcome to the broadcast. So,
thanks for having me.
So the only question I suppose that you want to answer is football coming home?
I believe so, Mark. I really do. I know we say it every World Cup and every Euro, but this one, I reckon I've got a good feeling about it.
Now, I'm a bit disappointed. You've got this nice, background behind you, cup of tea and all that sort of thing. I know that when you've been on teams, you've got a particular, like you've got the flag basically behind you. You've got the Union Jack right behind you at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, if we're using Microsoft Teams, I did say to Mark earlier, I've got about 3 or 4 different backgrounds with England and 3 lions. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that I couldn't get it up this time. And maybe next time I'll pin a flag up manually.
Now, for everybody who's watching, what you don't know is that at P2P, we've got a lot of people from Europe. We've got Janet from Germany. She's actually from Munich. So I'm sure you would have had a lot of pleasure in delivering that result, Aidan.
Yeah. I sent her a warm message the morning of Germany's defeat, just hoping she's well and have a lovely day. So, yeah.
I'll tell that to Ukraine. Well, there we go. We've got a message already online saying about Ukraine. We've also got Remy and Greg from France as well. And have they made it to the final?
They haven't, no. So I did ask them when is their game next, but they can't seem to have an answer for that one. So
excellent. All right. The last thing I wanted to mention to you is I noticed that John Aloisi from SBS, and he does a podcast and all that sort of thing. Who are England playing against next? Well, that's Ukraine, Terry. That's who. If you have any comments, by the way, we can see them live. So on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on YouTube, if you've got any comments you'd like to butt in, then post them there and we can see them live. So Ukraine is the next game, I think.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Right, Sunday 5 a.m. I'll be up and ready to watch them.
Yeah, excellent. I did see that John Aloisi, though, and I know we don't want to spend too much time on this, but he said that England are not playing football that could win, but not football that anybody wants to watch. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't conceded a goal in the Euros, so we're very defensively sound. But I think attackingly, we're not the most entertaining. So we've apart from the Germany win, we've only just won 1-0 in every game. So it's not the best style of football sometimes. But look, if you're not conceding and you're scoring goals, that's the result. Then
you're in the semi-finals. That's exactly. It, isn't it? All right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't actually know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about football. But I thought we needed to mention.
I could talk about it all day. So, give me as long as you want.
Now, while I've got you, I think you even said that you've got a job that you wanted to mention, yeah? Just really quickly.
Yeah, I do. We're recruiting for a medical devices company in St. Leonard's. It's going to be a 6-month temporary assignment, and it's working in the quality administration team. So we just want someone who's quite rule governed, compliant, used to compliance and happy to do reporting. So you don't need to have any medical devices experience. It's just someone who's strong on that compliance side. Is going to be paying up to $34 an hour plus super. So it's a interesting role. It's a good opportunity for yourself to get into a new industry as well.
Okay, good. I can see that Jacob's already put the link to the job up in the comments there. So if you're interested, just jump on and have a look at that. But if somebody wanted to talk to you direct, what's the right number?
Give me a call on 8270-9705. I think the number's popped up on the screen below as well.
Great. All right. Well, this week's Twitter poll is, I've already decided, I think that the question is, in Euro 2020, is football coming home? I think I know what you're going to vote for, Aidan.
100% yes. Come on, England.
Excellent. All right. Thanks, Aidan. Thanks for joining us today. So, look, that's a little bit of fun, really. But what we're here to talk about today is what's going on in the employment market. So what we'll do is we'll go through our regular numbers section today. Then we'll be crossing to Manish from our HR solutions team, who's got 3 opportunities to talk to us about. And then finally, we'll be going to Liam Graffiti, who is from our temporary team, and he'll be announcing this month's 10th of the month winners from across all of the states and in New Zealand this week. So let's get started, though, and let's go to our numbers section. So with the numbers this week, as promised last week, I mentioned the single touch payroll and the data that comes from the ATO, and it's used by the ABS then to compile some statistics. And we got through a little bit of that, and I wanted to go into a little bit more detail this week. So the first graph you can see on the screen there now is in relation to gender. So in the fortnight, and remember this single touch payroll data comes out every single fortnight. So the data the ABS has got is up until the 5th of June. So it hasn't taken into account the most recent lockdowns across Australia, but it has broken down. We've got a great historic record here through the pandemic of what's been going on in terms of the number of jobs. So the payroll jobs worked by males in the last fortnight has decreased by 1%, and work by females has decreased by 0.9%. That's that little dip at the end of the graphs there. You can see that the women is the dark line and men is the light line, and the starting point for 100. So they're not to say there are more women or more men when working, but it's the percentage change was back in March of 2020. So in terms of total wages, for men, they decreased by 1.6% in the last fortnight and 1.5%. One thing I would point out here, though, is that the return, so 100 was back in March 2020, and how it rebounded in late 2020 to be better than pre-pandemic levels, then the decline over Christmas and then back. And we've had a couple of other dips. That little dip in April is Easter, and now we've got this decline now. Why? Well, it could be that it's related to the so there was a long weekend at the beginning of June, or it's more related to the change in confidence levels that is occurring now with these mini breaks and clusters that we've got for COVID. Let's have a look at the difference then in terms of age, because I also thought that was interesting. So if you wanted to pop the next one up there, Jacob. So this is the age. So the largest changes in age groups in the fortnight up to the week ending the 5th of June were payroll jobs were worked by people aged 15 to 19, decreased by 2.6%, and worked by people aged 20 to 29 by 2%. And the total wages, 5% for those in teenagers, and then 3% basically for those in 20 to 29. But have a look at the change also between March 2020 and the 5th of June, which I think was really telling. And you can see the age over 70 years has increased by 8.3% for the week 14th of March to the 5th of June, and then the change in total for jobs, and 13% for total wages for those over 70 years. So it seems that the rebound for those who are older has been stronger, but not for those aged 40 to 49 years old. So it's really interesting to get when you start to deep dive into these numbers, and you're avoiding some of the cliches that come out in the media about what's happening in the workforce. Let's go to the last one, which is on industry. So here we've got payroll jobs. Remember, we're talking 2 elements here, payroll jobs and total wages. So you can see, not surprisingly, and this is between last year, 14th of March, and then the 5th of June now. So you can, not surprisingly, accommodation, food services, transport, information, media and telecommunications are down significantly. But look at the ones that are up. Public administration and safety, financial and insurance services, that was a real surprise for me. Utilities and electricity, gas, water and waste services are all up. So some really interesting numbers, a lot of different industry sectors there that we won't go through in too much detail with the rest, but those big numbers there. So there's public sector and utilities, numbers are up, but accommodation and transport services, warehousing are down. So very interesting. So that's it for the numbers section for this week. Let's now, what we'll do is we'll cross now to Manish from HR Solutions. But while I get all of that set up, let's quickly have a listen to about a really good opportunity in our accounting team here in Sydney with a video from Kirsten Garrett.
One of the most satisfying reasons to be recruiting a new role is when the vacancy has come about because of an internal promotion. Hello everyone, my name is Kirsten Garrett and I am recruiting one such role. This is a new to market finance business partner role. The business has a very strong balance sheet and pipeline for growth. This role is a finance lead across a portfolio of development projects. More specifically, your role will include project accounting, forecast and project reporting, providing analyses including performance against budget and forecasts. I have known the hiring manager for over 20 years and he has a strong track record of investing in his team and providing a foundation of career development and progression. For this role, you will need to be post-degree qualified and have some experience in the property development sector. If it sounds like you or someone you may know, I'd love to speak to you and can be reached on 8270 9720. Thank you.
Rightio, great opportunity. Great opportunity there from Kirsten, and in the property and construction sector, which seems to be just going off at the moment. I was just listening to the radio and hearing that people can't get enough logs into timber mills to produce struts this morning, which is unbelievable. But let's now have a chat to Manish from our HR Solutions team. He's a regular on Facebook Live, but also locked down here in Sydney. Aren't you, Manish? So how are you this afternoon?
Mark, I am very well, thank you for asking. Lockdown obviously has posed some challenges for us, but nothing that we can't handle.
Yeah. So how's your clients? How are your clients dealing with the working from home? Say with temporary staff and the like. What's happening with that?
Well, luckily we went through this last year, right? So at least this wasn't new, so we knew exactly what to expect and how to rapidly move people to a working from home scenario and get them sorted as well and set up. The biggest challenge for us, though, are the people that we actually started last week and the people that will start next week. Because obviously training and the interactions with others and, that can be a challenge, but also getting them their assets. But luckily, everything is sorted and we should have no problems at all.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit like, we've been here before.
The
novelty of this has worn off in so many different ways, hasn't it? Really?
I know, and it's all about, I think, just being patient and trying to stay focused at home. And there are lots of advantages, like the lack of distractions by talking to other people. Not a lot of meetings as well that you get pulled into last minute. So there's actually an opportunity to get a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. I did notice actually in our survey results that for our most recent market report that we're delivering to clients right now, that we're doing more meetings, but they're than last year. So the virtual ones that we were doing last year, we're doing more of them, but they're longer. So we're soaking up a lot more time online. But anyway, we've got 3 jobs that we're going to talk about, hey, Manish. So what opportunities do you have?
Absolutely. I'll talk about the first one, which is a senior business analyst role. Now, all the roles I'll talk very quickly about are for a very well-known global client of ours, consistent sales figures, very big focus on customer experience as well. This client is based in Sydney Olympic Park and is in the consumer electronics industry. So this first role is a senior business analyst position, works in the business innovations team, and it's somebody that works very closely with senior management team in providing them analysis gaps on sales trends, inventory levels, and where we can focus our attention on. Full-time role. It's a 95K base plus super, but negotiable depending on the person's experience. Ideally, we're looking for somebody with strong analytical and business analysis background. If the person comes already from a consumer electronics or retail industry, that'd be perfect.
Do they need to be any sort of postgrad qualification at all, or a particular no?
We'd be happy with at least a bachelor's degree from an Australian institution, but as long as the person is confident with the numbers, figures, and their negotiations, that's pretty good.
Excellent. All right. Okay. And what else have we got?
So we've also got a social media manager position. So this is a role that works very closely with the Samsung corporate marketing and brand marketing. This role works with the social media team here at Samsung on promotions, launch of new products, as well as working towards budgets, influencer management programs. So, you want somebody that's very up to date with your modern day social media trends, has used social media platforms for corporates, your likes of Sprinkler, Radiant 6, and all of that. At least a couple of years of experience in the role, I think would be decent. And somebody that's very, very enthusiastic about social, because from what I understand, people from social media background are very particular in their attitude and the way they do work, because it's mostly online.
I can see one. Bianca saying sound like some great roles there. What's the salary on the social media one?
This one is 85K base plus super, but again negotiable depending on the person's skill and experience.
Okay.
And last but not least, we have a few finance and accounting roles. We've got finance analysts, we've got junior management accountants, and a few others, but they are all very good roles for anybody that's a graduate or with just about 1 to 2 years of experience in a finance analysis and accounting role. So we welcome anybody to also come to us. All these roles are full-time, based at our client site in Olympic Park. You have access to all the great perks that the clients offer, health and well-being initiatives, training, and parking as well. Okay,
great. And so for anybody who wants to know, so there are multiple positions. I mean, you can pick up the phone and call Manish. So let's get that number from you, Manish, so that everybody can ring.
Absolutely. Listen, we welcome anyone to call us on. You can call me on 0447710791, or my email address is simply manish.jarry@people2people.com.au. It's right there. And yeah, absolutely. We are very hot for people right now.
And if you're interested, obviously you're saying, well, what jobs, or you haven't, you think, well, what should I do here? If there are multiple positions, then there is actually, you can just quickly go to our website, people2people.com.au, search the jobs, you can find them there, and then you can apply directly there as well. But I encourage you to also pick up the phone. I mean, it's a bit old school, it's a bit 20th century, and maybe that's why I'm still wearing a tie in the middle of the lockdown.
It's the best way. It's the best.
But it does make a big difference. Rightio. Well, thanks, Manish. Thanks for joining us again. It's always great to have you online. Always some really, really fabulous opportunities as well. You can see all the links there in the comments. Rightio, let's move on then. So and have a quick chat now, or to announce our temp of the month. And we're going to actually have a quick chat to Liam Graffiti from our temp team in Sydney. G'day, Liam. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you, Mark?
I'm very good. And look at you. You've gone live, and you've put the tie on, and
got the full Windsor. Yeah,
mate, looks great. Looks great.
Thank you very much.
So
taking after yourself,
man after my own heart, which is fantastic.
That's right.
Let's talk about temp of the month. So, do you want to take us through this month's winners?
Yeah, beautiful. First of all, I'll announce some of the nominations for temp of the month. So, I'll start off with Melbourne. So, first of all, for Melbourne, we've got Stefania Ferreira. So Stefania had excellent customer service and took on challenges with a great attitude. We would love to have her back at any time. So that's fantastic feedback for you, Stefania. Next of all, we have Isabella Syme. So Isabella has only been with us a couple of weeks, but has taken to the job amazingly. She's proactive and offers to help out wherever she can. She has fit into our team perfectly. Amazing feedback there from a client, Isabella, and that's why you're our winner for Melbourne. So congratulations and well done to winning Temp of the Month. So next up, I'm going to announce Brisbane, and so I'll announce some of the nominations first of all. So we've got Ayla Meerveld. So Ayla has been consistent with her within her performance. She's willing to take on anything that is asked of her and always puts in 100% effort with everything she does. That's a really great bit of feedback for you, Ayla. Next up, Jacob Davey. So Jacob has been an excellent team member, very switched on and savvy. Excellent attention to detail, and his customer service is always on point. Good work there, Jacob. And lastly, from Brisbane, we've got Donna Lowndes. So Donna has done a stellar job on getting our project complete. She's fit in so well to our team. Congratulations for the nominations for Brisbane. The winner is Ayla Meerveld. So Ayla, thank you very much for all your hard work this past month. Your work is always noticed and appreciated. So thank you very much. Next up, we have Parramatta. So I'll just announce the winner for Parramatta. So the winner is Joseph Park. So Joseph has managed to understand and has improved processes within his 2-month role. So not only completing his jobs, but always going above and beyond, seeking to help other divisions in the company. And that's why you're our Temp of the Month, Joseph. Fantastic work there. Well done.
Congratulations.
And last but not least, we have Sydney, currently in lockdown. So first of all, we have Hannah Collins. So Hannah has been a huge help with our project implementation, and we couldn't have done it without her. Awesome work there, Hannah. Second of all, we have Jeffrey Bibbin. So Jeffrey is always willing to help out. He takes the initiative, completes work, and is very thorough. Good work there, Jeffrey. So last of all, I'm definitely going to butcher the pronunciation, but Lee Rignanese. So Lee has been a breath of fresh air with a can-do attitude delivered with the utmost professionalism. She has really eased our minds as we go towards our go live of our new financial system. So the winner for Sydney is Jeffrey Bibbin. So well done. Keep up all the good work that you've been doing this past month. So that wraps up our Temp of the Month for June. So thank you to all our temps that have been really working hard this past month.
So well I can just see we've had a comment actually. How does somebody vote for the Temp of the Month?
How does someone vote for the Temp of the Month? So basically, our clients will send us in basically a list of people that they think have done an amazing job in their past month.
It's when the timesheets come out. So when they get the timesheet, the clients get the timesheet and they have an opportunity to nominate on that timesheet. So you're put on the spot there a little bit.
Yeah. I was like...
Well, we've had some other comments too going, looking sharp, you're looking very sartorial as well. So that's pretty cool.
That's definitely good, yeah.
All right, so... and a few other comments coming through on LinkedIn we can see on the screen there. So a quick one then while I got you, Liam. So you're in the temp market here in Sydney. How's that rolling at the moment?
Yeah, so it's gotten off to a really great start for the first 6 months of the year. So we're definitely seeing a high demand for talent across a number of different industries. So with this recent lockdown, we've had a small hiccup in recruitment as businesses are only slightly hesitant to continue their hiring process, but they haven't cancelled any roles, which is really great news. So at the very most, they're usually pushing back start dates or putting recruitment temporarily on hold. So overall, the consensus is one of optimism, I think. So many clients are remote onboarding the new hires, and so I think most companies are really well equipped to continue business as usual, as we've been like we were mentioning earlier. We've been through this before, so we kind of know what to expect, and I think we can just continue to ride the momentum that we've built in the last 6 months. So do you think the lockdowns will affect the market then? No, I don't think it will. depending on how long it goes for, which at the moment it's only expected to go until Friday. So I think as well with that adaptiveness of different companies to be able to work from home and doing training from home as well. I think most companies are pretty prepared to for whatever happens come lockdown.
Right. I can see that somebody says that some start dates been pushed back only briefly because of the lockdowns as well. By
yeah,
week.
exactly.
Rightio. Well, thanks, Liam. Thanks for coming on your first time.
No worries at all.
I will agree with the punters there. You're looking sharp, so well done.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thanks.
So hopefully we'll see you again shortly. So I'm conscious of time. We've been on for 26 minutes now, and we just quickly at the end of the broadcast we always do our Twitter poll update. Last time we were asking about whether the lockdown was done quickly enough. 5% basically said yes, go hard early on, but 25% said no, we should wait for more cases. I think that the consensus, I'm with the consensus on that one. 434 votes on Twitter. So this week we're just going to put it out there. Is football coming home? Yes. No, you got 6 days to vote on Twitter there. I can see Aidan. He's logging onto his Twitter account right now and he's voting yes straight away. I can tell. All right, that brings us to the end of the broadcast. Thanks again for joining us Friday afternoon, 12:30 on the east coast of Australia with the employment market update. We'll be back again same time next week. So hopefully we'll see you then.